Everyone can agree that animals should be treated well and cared for, but we sometimes have to sacrifice the lives of animals in order to better the lives of humans. Animal testing is a necessary part of making sure that our cosmetic and our medical products are safe for our consumption. Testing products on animals is necessary for a variety of reasons. They help us better understand the effects of drugs on the human body, which can ultimately save lives. Testing drugs on humans is actually extremely unsafe, and the lives of humans often outweigh the lives of the animals. Although there are issues with animal testing, it is ultimately a needed method to ensure the safety of our different products. The information gained from animal testing can save lives. Animal testing makes it easier for us to find cures to different diseases. According to Stanford Animal Research, in their article titled Why Animal Research, they say that animals are biologically very similar to humans. In fact, mice share around 98% of the same DNA as we do, meaning that if a mouse and a human was given the same product, they would have very similar reactions to it. According to Julia Steenhuisen, a journalist for Physicians Weekly, in her March 2020 article, she states that the coronavirus vaccine developers are still required to conduct routine animal testings to make sure that the vaccine itself is not toxic and is likely to help the immune system respond to the virus, meaning we need to help our immune compromised and our elderly people by using animal testing as opposed to giving them the experimental drugs. Another reason animal testing is very necessary is that we are not able to artificially create bodily systems for testing, so we still have to use animals. The California Biomedical Research Association, in their article titled Why Animals Are Necessary for Biomedical Research, says that, however, animal testing remains a necessity. For example, blindness cannot be studied in bacteria, and it is impossible to study the effects of high blood pressure in tissue chamber. Meaning that although we do have this technology, we can test for things like skin sensitivity, but we cannot test for more severe problems such as high blood pressure. Lova et al. With Experimental Dermatology, in their article titled The Alternatives of Animal Testing in 2018, states that reconstructive human tissue have gained increasing attention for multiple applications. Nevertheless, the development of the disease model is still in its infancy, meaning that although we are starting to have this technology, it is still very new and it is not exactly reliable yet. Another reason why animal testing is very necessary is that human life is valued higher than animals' life. Humans have a higher intrinsic value than animals do. In 2012, R. Sandler, a writer for Nature.com, stated in an article titled Intrinsic Value, Ecology, and Conservation says that many people value species and ecosystems intrinsically. As a result, species and ecosystems are subjective intrinsic values. The subjective intrinsic value of humans outweighs animals. The life of a small child who is suffering from a disease is worth more than the lives of the mice that are being tested for the cure for that child's disease. We are selfish as humans and innately want to take care of our own instead of others, so we put animals in these dangerous situations as opposed to ourselves. Testing on humans can actually be very dangerous. Craner et al. With Business and Society Review in 2018, in an article titled Human Stakeholders and the Use of Animals in Drugs, states that it is also the case that different people have grossly different reactions to the same treatment. A lot of people like to refute animal testing by saying animals and humans have very different reactions to the same product, but also human to human reactions vary as well. According to Juan Carlos Marbison, with Speaking of Research, in his 2013 article titled Animal Research is Not Animal Testing, he states that we cannot conduct all basic research on human bodies for many different reasons. Some of it is too invasive and harmful. Because we feel that humans have a higher intrinsic value, we do not want to harm humans. We would rather harm animals. Although we do not want to harm either, we feel that it is better to harm animals in the pursuit to find different medications. A lot of people like to refute that testing on animals is animal cruelty, and yes, it actually can be. Animals experience negative effects of lab testing all the time. According to C. White with New Scientist, in a 2019 article titled Animal Testing Paradox, they state that many studies like these involve housing animals in laboratory conditions or incentivizing them to do a test by restricting their food or water. So they are being deprived of their basic needs in the name of science, which is immoral. Although animals in other studies can actually benefit from the studies. Animals could potentially benefit from the effects of prescription drugs that they have on their body. In 2020, the American Association of Laboratory Animal Sciences found that distempered vaccines tested on Siberian polecats have resulted in the revitalization of the waning black-footed femur population, meaning that if the Siberian polecats can have their species come back, other endangered species could be prevented from going extinct. Another refutation people like to have against animal testing is that there is a higher demand for vegan and cruelty-free products more than ever. In 2018, T. Bergen with thehealthjournal.com, in an article titled Don't Be Cruel, they state that researchers expose animals to substances through inhalation, feeding, injections, or applications to the eyes or bare skin. Although people do like vegan products, people would rather have products where humans were not tested on it as opposed to vegan products. Although people highly do value vegan products, so much so that they will not buy non-vegan products, which devalues the animal testing completely because it devalues the product themselves, which devalues the need for those animals to be suffering. Business Wire in 2018 states that Perfect 365, the Webby-nominated free makeup beauty platform, conducted a cruelty-free cosmetic survey with 15,000 women within the app platform. The data revealed that 36% of women surveyed said they only buy cruelty-free beauty brands. Although some products cannot be vegan because directly testing humans on it can result in major complications and can seriously hurt the test subject. It's all too common that people sign up for experimental studies and have life-altering changes forever. People would rather see products that weren't vegan but were also not tested on other people. People would rather buy non-vegan products than products that resulted in people being hurt. Animal testing, although can be very cruel, is a needed process for ensuring that the products we are consuming are safe, and that humans are not being harmed in the process of making them. Hopefully, science will advance enough that we can completely eliminate the use of testing on animals altogether. Thank you.